What's poppin', internet? Welcome to another episode of the Synced Up Filmcast, the show where we reel you into movie news and talk about the other things that we've been watching. I'm one of your hosts, Timothy DeRoe, and joining me this week is
your boy,
Michael Clare. How you doing on this fine Sunday?
I'm doing good. I'm a little hungry.
A little hungry?
Yeah.
You haven't ate?
No.
Nothing?
Should have done it.
Damn.
You just ate a couple of noodles in front of me.
Yeah, I just ate in front of you right before
it was painful.
It was painful? It was
It
good.
was very.
For me.
Dude, there can't be no news, right?
That's why I asked you before the show started.
You asked me like I know.
I said, was there any news? All I got was the new Mario trailer.
Mario
which
trailer?
We'll talk about in a bit.
Yeah,
We're also going to rank Tales from Earthsea.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk about that.
Yeah? Yeah?
Wow, no.
Nothing? Nothing in there? No cinema news?
Nope.
I don't think so. It's gaming news week, bro.
It is.
Gaming
next
news week.
tomorrow's going to be popping.
Tomorrow, we're going to talk about the Game Awards, and that's going to be a fun time. But today, we're going to talk about the new Mario movie trailer that we got to see at the Game Awards, which I got some words to say about.
Okay.
And we're also going to rank and talk about Tales from Earthsea, and I got some words to say about that as well. So let's just get it. Let's just talk about the Mario trailer right here at the top of the show.
Okay.
Top of the show. So if you were watching the Game Awards last Thursday, they had a little snippet of the Mario movie. Was it a clip? There was a clip, and then there was a trailer.
No. It was a clip from the film, and then like
there was also a new trailer.
Half an hour later, you got an actual trailer.
Yeah.
But I think that was a trailer that was released worldwide, nationally, and then got pulled down.
Yeah. Because didn't we talk about the second trailer last week?
This was the third trailer.
The third trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the third trailer we've seen.
Yeah.
It had new stuff in it.
And we got to see a full 45-second clip. There was a extended scene.
It felt good.
Yeah.
It felt very natural. I will say the worst part, Keegan-Michael, his joke bombed.
His joke's terrible. But you know he didn't write that.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, of course.
You think Jeff wrote it?
I don't know. I don't know who they got on the writing team.
Think they got writers?
It was a bad joke. It was a bad joke.
Back.
But he does sound good as Toad.
He does.
And this little clip, it just makes me more excited and more confident that this movie's gonna bang.
It just makes me more confident that I'm gonna have to see it twice.
Yeah.
Once to enjoy the movie
and once to look at the Easter eggs.
To look at everything in the
background. There's some good stuff in there.
There was a lot.
They had the little antique shop with old power ups, and I was like, oh fuck.
Because there's a lot of in your face ones, and then there's a bunch in the background.
What I'll say is what I appreciated the most about this clip that we got to see is the fact that unlike the Sonic films, they're going all in on Mario music. And they're doing slight remixes, slight tweaks, making it, because the whole thing was just iconic medleys, just tweaked a little bit. I eat that shit.
There's a lot of them to use.
Yeah, there is.
Sonic, you have Green Hill Zone, then that's like.
But you could at least incorporate them in some way.
Yeah,
they just do like third-party soundtracks.
Yeah, that's true.
But with this Mario movie, this is like real orchestrated remix tracks, and it feels good.
It would be a lot weirder to have Uptown Funk playing in the Mushroom Kingdom.
Yeah,
though
you might get something like that.
I hope not.
Well, it's like Illumination, Minions, you know.
No,
I feel like on the Mario, you might have like a little song in there.
I don't think so.
It's like Katy Perry's
Fireworks.
And that we're driving on Rainbow Road.
No, I hope not.
This movie does look fucking good though, and I think it's gonna bang.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It'll be a 10.
Whoa, a little high.
It's gonna be 10. I'm telling you, bro. I believe. I'm confident.
A solid 8, maybe a light 9.
A light 9?
Yeah.
Nah, easy 10.
Okay.
Light 11.
Do you want to put money on that?
No.
The IMDb is gonna have a 10?
No, there's no shot. But what do we think the Rotten Tomatoes on this is gonna be? North of 80?
What, you want critic or
both? What do we think? I think
critic 80.
Okay.
And then what's the other one called?
Audience
score. Yeah.
93.
95.
95. Okay. All right. I still need to cash on my quesarito.
I can order that for you right now.
Yeah, I might.
You just let me know. You just say, "Hey, Mike, I'm getting a quesarito today," and I'll
just send money. Yeah, I got a quesarito.
Yeah, when you
ask you for the money.
You got one today?
The other day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do want Taco Bell. That does.
You just ate a cup of noodles.
I did, but it was just a cup of noodles. You know, it's like 180.
Then why'd you eat it at all?
Anyway, so we're gonna talk. We're gonna rank and talk about Tales from Earthsea now. But before we get into that, a little bit of housekeeping for you. If you enjoy our little show that we do, you should consider supporting us on Patreon at patreon.com/synced up, where for $1,
a single dollar,
you can get access to our lovely Discord where we talk, we shoot the shit, as they say, where we learn that Lucas spent all of his money on a tracksuit.
Oh! It sounded like you said drag suit.
A tracksuit.
Okay, then tracksuit. I want to see the fit.
Yeah, I do. I need to see the fit, Lucas. You got to see this picture. Or for $5, you get access to that and the post shows of all the shows that we do, and many more goodies, all from youtube.com/syncedupodcast and podcasting services around
the globe.
New episodes of this show specifically go up in all of those feeds Mondays, 7 a.m. Central Time Zone gang. You should also consider following us on Twitter at synceduppod. Keep up to date with all of our content from across the board. Now let's get into it. Tales from Earthsea. This movie came out
2006.
I'm gonna start with Spencer's
Studio
write-in
Ghibli.
before we go into the ranking. Okay.
On downhill.
So Spencer writes in, Tales from Earthsea. This movie is a big old slapper Rizzoni. The critics who rated this movie low can suck a fat cock because this is one of Jesus. I didn't read it beforehand.
You're just going in blind.
I skimmed it. I didn't realize.
Okay.
This is one of Studio Ghibli's finest. I don't back this statement. One of Studio Ghibli's finest films. Rising to the 6th spot on Miriam and I's list, this movie takes deep into the psyche of a young prince and his quest to save the realm of Earthsea. Being Goro Miyazaki's debut as director, this movie is lined with an engaging and likable crew and even has a love interest that I actually enjoy from a non-Hayao film. The plot is very easy to understand and plays very well with the realistic and whimsical, intermingling them in compelling narrative and Jesus, this is so difficult. In a compelling narrative about greed and its strong influence over the weak-minded. That's what this movie is about. The art style slaps as well as the soundtrack. This is a movie that seems like many people sleep on, yet the only non-Hayao movie that I didn't fall asleep during. Solid 8.5 out of 10. Don't hate on good art.
Yo, this man must have seen a different movie.
I'm going to have to
Did he say agree. The art style is what's the quote there?
The art style slaps as well as the soundtrack. So just Ghibli?
No, because
what does that mean, brother?
This is not a good art style either.
Yeah, there's some stuff off about it. We have some thoughts. You want to rank it first?
Let me get my goggles on.
Okay, getting on your goggles. Jordan, bring up the ranking for the people to see, the lovely people. So we're gonna rank this bad boy. Pod 2, brother. Thank you, sir. I kind of know where I want to put it,
dude.
Like I'm trying to think of the number. Like, yeah.
Okay.
Ready? 3,
2, 1. 13.
All right.
Glad we're in agreement.
Same page. That's right above Grave of the Fireflies.
And it's I'm never watching this again.
Yeah. No.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's just so it's.
Here's where I'm at.
Trying to define why it's not good.
It was hard to pay attention to. Not just because I was distracted hanging out with people, but
I kind of disagree. I feel like there was a lot of moments that were pulling me in, and it was always the payoff that was underwhelming. Yeah, you're like, oh my god, he killed his dad. Yeah, I can't wait to see why he did it. And then the explanation is
there isn't one. There's like
I hate my life. I don't know.
Yeah,
the shadow made me do it.
I was on the Wikipedia trying to figure out the.
It's all very vague.
Yeah, it is.
Or like
because he has a thing in here where he says the plot. Is that what he said? The plot is easily.
The plot's easy to follow.
Yeah. No.
Not.
Well, it's
really.
easy to follow, but easy to understand and plays very well. I don't know, man.
And then the ending payoff just feels like so. Maybe I need a 30-minute video to explain to me why it's impactful. Yeah. But her just turning into a dragon and not dying. Yeah. Feels so
this is an adaptation that's worth noting. This was a book series. So that is probably why a lot of stuff feels weird. Yeah. Because I was reading up on it. This is a book series, and it's like a whole series of books that they condensed into one film. And a lot of plot points are different. He never kills his father in the books. That's not a thing that happens.
Why do we?
Yeah, no idea. And then there's like a lot of plot holes that they just don't fill because it's stuff that's addressed in the books, but not here in this film. And this feels like it suffers for it.
It's so frustrating because it's like you have all this setup about the kingdom and the king and the world that's going on. Yeah. And then done with that. We're not gonna go there. And it definitely feels like that. Now you say that it's like 4 books wrapped into one. Yeah. Because I could see one book just being getting to Torn City, whatever it was. Yeah. And then being with what is her name? The witch.
The witch.
Tenor.
Tenor.
Yeah.
Tenor.
Like there's
something like
that. It just all feels unrewarding. You know what it reminded me of?
What?
Obviously thematically, but also just in general, Black Cauldron.
Yeah.
You remember that Disney movie?
Yeah, I do.
Where it's just like
that's a callback.
Where I feel like everything was just unrewarding.
Days of Yore.
It's.
Yeah. No, I think it does feel.
There's
like
some moments that are like really good.
The same plot.
I think what carries this movie is like the 3 adult characters. Yeah. Sparrowhawk, Tanar, and Cobb. Yeah. I think they're all. Willem Dafoe does a good job.
Of course. I don't know why they had him whisper for the majority of it.
Yeah, it's not until he became like real Demon Lord Cobb that I was like, that's Dafoe.
Yeah. At first I was like, why the whole time so much ASMR?
Put her in the dungeon.
And then the guy that's like halfway across. aye, aye, sir. And I'm like,
yeah,
fuck did
no
hear
way.
that shit.
And then the musical note in the middle of the movie didn't feel like oh, we're singing now. We're friends.
Yeah.
I'm like trying to decipher the lyrics, and I'm like, yeah, I get that. Oh, we're both lonely. Okay. Yeah, like it's just it's more frustrating talking about it. And while I was watching it, it was all like not that bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Noah put it right with a nothing sandwich.
Yeah, it's a nothing sandwich. On the positive note, though, I don't think the art style is great, but I do think there is some really good shots.
I thought we were in for a treat immediately when we were in the storm on the boat.
Yep.
And the dragon comes spiraling down in the clouds. I'm like, oh,
yeah, it looks
pretty
pretty good. Yeah.
And then the rest of it is just...
Yeah, and we do nothing with dragons. But there's like a lot of good scenery shots, a lot of good them standing together in the sun in the background. Like there's a lot of... there's him holding the sword and Cobb's in the distance. There's a lot of really cool shots. And then also I do think the music... for some reason, for such a lower echelon film, this feels like an upper echelon soundtrack. Like this felt like a soundtrack that belonged in Nausicaa and shit like that. Like it was straight banging. I was like, this is good, but it was coupled with just not great film, which kind of sucked because the music was good, the ambiance was good. I liked it a lot, but other than that, like I didn't really have anything about this movie to be like, I like that.
I will say when she dies, I think that was the most like holy crap. I was like, oh my god, this movie might be like next level.
No, for real. When we were sitting there, I was like, holy shit, like they killed this motherfucker. And then when she stands up, I like immediately, because the movie's about to end, but Noah was like, yeah, she's a dragon. And I was like, yeah, this is kind of dumb. And then we were talking about it, and I was like, man, I think this would like actually turn this movie around completely if they had allowed her to die and made it like some differing thing about appreciating life, and then the Cobb just killing himself and not getting a resolution there, and it being like this interesting metaphorical look on it, I guess. I don't know. But I was like, it would have had so much impact and actually been a really cool, like, damn, like, then Cobb just walked off because he starts to stumble away, and I'm like, he's gonna walk off the edge, and they're gonna end this shit, and I'm not gonna get payoff, and that's what I wanted.
I would have taken that. I would have also just taken Homeboy just beating the shit out of him after that. Yeah, like going full anime. Because there's a lot of moments where I'm like, okay, this is just an anime. It felt like an anime moment. And I was like, this dude's gonna go crazy and kill this man.
Ballistic.
But we never get that.
Yeah, no.
You never get like cool. I don't know. Yeah,
it's a little odd.
It just feels like a lot of different...
good character design on Cobb, though, when he goes demon.
Yeah.
There's some really cool stuff with his eyes and shit. I was like...
Cobb's cool. Yeah. The shadow is just not fully explained to me.
Yeah, no, none of that shit is explained.
Like, the shadow's, like, evil, but when he's outside the castle and he's helping the girl... He's good.
Yeah, so it's like... When I was looking at the Wikipedia, the evil one is good. It's not his evil shadow. Cobb realizes it's the good shadow, and... It's like when Cobb is sitting there and he's explaining to him on the top where he's like, you're afraid of all the good things in this world. And he's like, oh, get away. It's like, oh, you've turned to darkness so much that you're scared of good. So that's why the shadow is bad, even though the shadow is actually good. It's like a weird explanation.
But if the shadow's good, why does he kill his dad?
It's not the shadow that kills his dad. It's him that kills his dad. The shadow was the good part of him.
So he just killed his dad.
Yeah. Yes.
Then I hate this movie.
Yes.
Because it's like... I'm so intrigued with the idea of like, why did he kill his dad? Yeah. Oh, it wasn't really him.
No,
but it just was.
It was him. Yeah, he just killed his dad,
and it just sucks.
That doesn't make any sense.
Because there's like no
he straight murders his father, and that doesn't. We never come back to that.
No. This movie sucks.
He just goes, "I'm gonna go home and pay the price for my crimes." Like what?
You're just gonna end up in jail the rest of your life.
Yeah, no,
you killed the king.
Yeah. Well, even though this movie sucked, we are in for a treat with the next film. Ponyo is the next one.
Ponyo.
That's a good one. It's a good one.
I've seen some about the fishy.
A possible S tier.
Yeah.
Top of A tier area, think so? I'm thinking. Well, at least from my past experience. Been a while since I viewed it. I also think you'll enjoy this movie.
Yes.
So Ponyo's up next. Have you seen it?
Little bits and pieces. No, I haven't watched it all the way.
Ponyo's the next one. That's going to be very, very funny. Before you move on, though, from the Ghibli ranking, Miriam wrote in, and she was a little late, but I'm still going to include it here. You know? Spencer was talking a little shit in the chat about how she was too late with it. I'm going to read that shit anyway. So she wants to talk about Howl's Moving Castle.
Okay.
She just came out after the episode. She said, Howl's Moving Castle was the first Studio Ghibli movie I saw during my adolescent years. I was so captivated by the story that it's really ranked 2 on my personal list. The romance being a big factor, LOL. It felt the most natural out of all the Ghibli movies. Sophie's character development was nice to see. Could definitely relate to her. I like seeing the anti-war theme in the background as well. Also, Christian Bale is the English dubbed voice actor, so I wouldn't mind watching it in English. Once I learned that it was based on a book, Spencer got me the first book. It was a nice read, and the movie brought it to life.
Nice.
I think I concur.
Did we ever show the tier list, Jordan?
Yeah, he had it.
Okay, I can remember.
Yeah.
I can remember. Okay,
so Tales of Mercy in A tier. right above Grave of the Fireflies, right below Pompoko is where it's a landing. We're reaching the end of the line,
and then it's Transformers,
close.
baby.
So we have Ponyo, Secret World of Arrietty, From Up on Poppy Hill, The Wind Rises, Tales of Princess Kaguya, When Marnie Was There, Earwig and the Witch, and then in a few years we'll come back if we're still doing this and do How Do You Live.
Nice.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 movies left.
Wow.
7 weeks, month and a half.
We've been doing it.
Mm-hmm. We've been zooming.
Why are we talking about a month and a half?
And this is Banger City. These 4 right here, I haven't watched Tales of Princess Kaguya, Ponyo, Arrietty, Poppy Hill, and Wind Rises. These are certified bangers with S tier possibility.
Okay.
So we're in good company.
No.
Okay.
Let's game plan a little.
Okay.
Are we gonna be here next week?
So we will not be here next week. I've told myself before we fucking came in here that I was going to talk about that at the top of the show. There will be no pod next week because we will be playing Pokemon cards.
Wow, we're nerds.
So we're going to Texas to play in the Arlington, Texas Pokemon Regional Tournament. We're going to be down there doing some stuff. If you're in the area and you want to come by.
That's just Chance.
Yeah. Well, no, Pablo's down there.
And Pablo.
Yeah. So if y'all want to come see us,
Now,
December 16th and the 17th, we'll be at some center. I don't know. You have to Google that. I can't remember the name. We'll be down there playing Pokemon.
Now I got a question for you.
Yeah.
The next week.
We will not be here the next week. So, yeah.
2 weeks off.
I was going to talk to you about this to see what you wanted to do, but I just assumed that's probably what you wanted to do.
Now, the next week.
We have to be here the next week. We can't be 3 weeks.
You want to start the year off with the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay,
because I feel like we could do, that's when we can do Game of the Year and we can do shit like that.
Okay.
So that'd be good. Anyway.
It probably won't be movie news. Well, we can talk about our favorite movies of the year.
So,
I feel like I have
because when are you off work?
Dude, I'm off work from here.
You okay?
To here.
To here? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So, yeah, so we won't be here next week because we will be playing Pokemon, and then we won't be here the following week because it'll be Criminal Tom, and then after that it will be New Year's, but we'll be back. We can't do 3 weeks in a row. It's a little excessive.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we will be talking about the Game Awards this week. Next week we'll be gone. Then we'll come back talking about, I think that's probably when we should do our favorite shows we watched, favorite movies we watched, and then on the video game pod, our Game of the Year talks.
That's cool with me.
I know. I need to figure out if there's anything else. Anyone in the comments, the Discord, anything. If there's anything you feel like I should watch or attempt to watch, or if you listen to both podcasts, play or attempt to play before 3 weeks from now, let me know so I can try to fit it in if it has a possibility of being on the top of the list. Because we got some last minute additions that fell recently. Vampire Survivors, Pentiment were very, very good games. I know there's still some stuff. I kind of want to find a way to watch Severance because I know everyone says it's one of the greatest shows of all time.
That's a commitment.
I know, which is difficult to do a show at the end. I think for the most part, movies, we've hit them all. I do want to hit Avatar to see if it's all that in a bag of chips, but we'll see. But if there's anything y'all can think of, let me know.
Let them know.
Let me know. Now, you watch anything else?
Honestly, I don't think so.
Okay, I watched a few things, mostly today. But we watched a little bit, the majority of Happy Feet.
Did you just skip when you turned it off when it got to the part where he's lonely?
No, Adrian just started falling asleep.
But is that when you turned it off?
I can't remember what point that was.
Did you get to Loveless?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we got through all that. We watched like an hour and some change of it. Like we were over halfway through.
Okay.
That's a movie, man.
It's a movie.
This is a solid 7. No, nothing really to say about Happy Feet. We watched Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Squeakquel.
Some interesting.
Yeah, there's some stuff here.
The Squeakquel?
Yeah, The Squeakquel.
Did you skip the first one?
Yeah.
I feel like that's sacrilegious.
It is, but we watched the first one like 8 months ago. So.
Oh, okay.
So we watched The Squeakquel. We watched everything but the last 20 minutes because Adrian started falling asleep.
Yeah. Well, maybe you should stop watching movies where people fall asleep.
Yeah. Well, these are movies that aren't pertinent in me finishing. I'm not like,
not the
I gotta finish the last.
How does The Squeakquel end, bro?
I'll never know. But those movies they kind of hold up okay. They're not the worst. The CG is fine. The effects are fine. It's more that just like the jokes kind of don't land.
Yeah.
But I think that's because I'm an adult now.
Yeah. Those are kids movies.
Kids.
Those are like kids movies.
Yeah, they don't.
It's not like Shrek 2. There's not a difference.
There's not the secret adult jokes in there. So yeah, I did that. I watched Jack Stauber's Opal, some weird 12-minute Jack Stauber film that he did.
It's not a film, brother. That's a YouTube video.
Short film, I guess. It was on HBO Max.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. I feel like you get
yeah,
qualified.
sure.
Yeah. You know Jack Sauer. I mean, it's just weird shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it was like weird,
strange.
Yeah, I finished it and was like, damn, I'm glad I'm not under the influence. So that was fun. We started Smiling Friends. Watched 3 episodes of that.
Oh, that's what was on when I walked in here, right?
That's a funny show.
It seems pretty funny. It seems like YouTube animation funny.
It is.
Yeah, like
it's grotesque in some parts.
I don't know if I'm with that.
But it's like the SpongeBob grotesque. You know how SpongeBob had those things where they zoom on?
You zoom in on SpongeBob.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. It's like
I guess that's okay.
It's pretty much exactly like that.
It's just yeah. It's like Flapjack. I don't like Flapjack for that reason.
Yeah, I don't think it's like that. It's not that bad.
Okay.
But it's enjoyable. And I was like, oh, I like these 3 episodes. And then, of actual substance, I rewatched Honey Boy.
Is that the
Shia LaBeouf film?
Which one is
himself? It's the one he wrote where it's about the young actor coming up and his dad's abusive, but it's really just about him and he's playing his own dad.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
man.
good film.
This is a quality film. Did you watch this with me?
Yeah, we watched it together.
Yeah. So we went and watched it again because we were sitting there and we were like, everyone's hanging out. Nobody got anything to do.
Mm-hmm.
The work friends were still chilling here.
The vibe was Honey Boy.
The vibe was we just want to watch a movie and we were like asking for picks and we were like, what do y'all want to do? It's like, oh, we'll do anything. We threw up a couple of options.
Because I know nobody else threw up that option.
Adri did because she was like, I want Shia LaBeouf, and they were like, oh, Shia LaBeouf's fine.
Y'all could have went with holes.
So what they wanted they wanted intense Shia LaBeouf. So we were like, Peanut Butter Falcon, Pieces of a Woman, Honey Boy.
Yeah, those are the 3 options.
So we were like, do you want help mentally handicapped kid become a wrestler? Do you want family dealing with a miscarriage?
Yeah.
Or young actor dealing with an abusive alcoholic father? And they went on. They voted alcoholic father. So we ended up watching that. And this movie still fucking bangs, man. It's short. Film. It's an hour and a half. It's super concise. It's on Amazon Prime. It's great, dude. It's so good, and you really forget. It sucks that Shia LaBeouf is a shit ass.
Yeah,
is an abuser.
Because you want to like him.
You want to, and it's hard, but he's undeniably an excellent fucking actor.
Yeah.
Like, he's so good.
At least there's guys out there that make the bar a little lower. Yeah. So guys like Shia LaBeouf ride safely on the bar, So R. Kelly.
Yeah, he's killing the shit, and that is cool. But it sucks that he's an abuser and stuff. But that might be why he's so good, because most of the films that he's the best in, he plays a shitty person.
Shit person, yeah.
Yeah, and so that might be why he's so good at it. But
Shia LaBeouf's, what was the movie he got kicked out of?
He didn't get kicked out of it, but that was really. Don't Worry, Darling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably would have been crazy good.
No, it would have been so good.
That would have been a phenomenal
I was thinking, one of the critiques I had of that movie, and I talked about it on the podcast, I guess it wasn't a critique of the movie, it was more a critique of myself, is that it was impossible not to continuously try to imagine Shia LaBeouf and Harry Styles' place the whole time I was watching that film. Fuck, he would have killed that shit. You remember the fight scene from Pieces of a Woman where he's like screaming at her or whatever? Mm-hmm. Just translate that over to Don't Worry, Darling. Oh boy, that shit would have been good.
Good movie, bro.
But yeah, fuck Shia LaBeouf. He's an abuser.
He does suck.
But he's a great actor. So anyway, that's it. Here's a little bit of reader mail. You can get your questions read on the show by writing into synceduppod@gmail.com or the reader mail submissions tab of the Discord with any questions, comments, or concerns, and we will read those on the show. Jordan, move the mouse, please.
Oh my god!
Just like Spencer did. What is your least favorite cinematic trope?
My least favorite cinematic trope.
Yeah. Least.
Characters not dying.
Yeah. Amen, brother. Amen, brother.
Like, I know I'm usually 50-50 on it,
plot armor.
But yeah, just plot armor in general. It's sometimes pretty bad.
Iffy. Yeah.
Like the worst ones, of course, Stranger Things with Hopper. But I was one of the ones that was okay with that because I think he's like the best character on the show.
He is great. I was aggressively against.
But like Game of Thrones had really bad plot armor at the end.
Bad.
It was bad, bro. The whole fight at
Winterfell, whatever it's called.
Terrible.
Yeah.
And there's just some bad ones. Plot armor is probably mine.
Yeah, I think I would have to agree. Plot armor is pretty horrendous.
Because I'm usually okay with most
tropes. They're fine.
Yeah.
I think I'm over I would call it the young adult novel trope of like The Fault in Our Stars type of thing. It's like a in the same family tree as star-crossed lovers trope, but not quite that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, boy loves girl, girl is sick. Girl loves boy, boy, an asshole. You know what I mean? Like, it's just something like that.
Now that we're talking about it, there's a lot of like young adult tropes that I hate.
Yeah.
Most of them, the biggest one for me, bullying, because I feel like we have different school experiences. Of course. I know you had a more like interesting, crazy one.
But the bullying was still.
I did not see bullying.
Nah.
At all, like 13 Reasons Why.
It was never that. Yeah.
No way, bro. And maybe some people have experiences like that.
Yeah.
But I just can never relate.
There was bullying in our school, but it was never
like
it was
shoving
never like
people in lockers and
give me your lunch money stuff. It was never that.
How did they? Didn't 13 Reasons Why end with the dude getting like a mop up his ass?
Something like that.
Yeah.
God damn.
That was a thing.
And I want you to know
that no way.
They just went off the book.
They just wanted to shove.
I hate it, bro. Because it's like that's not like realistic.
Yeah.
Book is one of my favorite books of all time, and then season 2. Why?
Because if you want to like seriously talk about like bullying and stuff like that, there's way better ways to do it instead of like using outlandish excuses like reasons.
You can do more.
Like 8th grade, way better captures of like low key bullying experiences, way better than anything else.
100%. That's an excellent film.
So I just hate bullying in movies because it's usually so inaccurate.
Yeah, I agree. Anyway, that's the show.
That's it.
That's it. Thank you for watching or listening to this episode of the Synced Up Filmcast. Keep in mind, we will be doing Game Award stuff tomorrow, and that's gonna be a fun
There's a lot to talk about.
Yes, I can't wait for that episode. So if you like that, go ahead and jump over there and watch that tomorrow. If not, for everyone who supports us on Patreon at patreon.com/synced up at the $5 tier, we'll see you in a couple of minutes when we do the post show. Everybody else, we will see you tomorrow or next week.
Tomorrow.
Goodbye. Oh, not next week. Tomorrow or in 3 weeks.
We'll see you in January.
Goodbye.